And good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into the secondary live broadcast on this Saturday. The one, the only, John Baker. Thank, thank you, Bob, and a welcome back into our live game coverage of today's doubleheader. It is the fifth game of this six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Tulsa Drillers. Well, tomorrow is our last ever game between the two ball clubs, our 105 first pitch, as we get ready to conclude, and we do say goodbye to Tulsa after this series ends. San Antonio will head home. They take on the Midland Rockhounds in a start of a 12-game homestand as they take on Midland and Wichita, and so far pretty good in that one. Go online now at samissions.com, Drillers as well, or any team in the Texas League. Make sure you purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, follow us all season long with the First Valley Live app or here on YouTube Live, and you can download that on any device. Well, our first game was a pretty good success, and so far a 7-5 victory for San Antonio. And I got to say, Bob, the 11th win of the season, and they picked that one up, which that was pretty good. But even though down in last place in the South Division, and so far Drillers up by a pretty good one, as yeah, they are pretty much 18-12 and still trying to get something going. I got to say, John, absolutely right. And Tulsa can literally get something going if they could try to get in and win the games and see what they could do. But, two more times against San Antonio starting in this game and tomorrow as well with the first pitch at 1:05. And so far, pretty good on top of that. That is for sure. Well, anyway, we are going to get you going for this broadcast. And this one brought to you in part by the fans there in San Antonio and also our great, proud sponsors like West Creek Trail Rides, Henry's Puffy Tacos, and many, many more in this one. Well, anyway, Game 5 of this 6-game series, and so far pretty good on top of that as we'll bring you our live coverage here in Tulsa, Oklahoma on this Saturday night. Well, anyway, we'll go ahead and send it down to the field now as we'll present it to you. And here we go in this one. Clouds starting to move out of the area as we've had a pretty good one here today, and so far game 1 just wrapped up at least about 30 minutes ago. And so far we are just about set to go for the second time in this one. Jordan Weems, a right-hander, will get the call here in game 2. ERA 14.54, a whip of 277. And a walk rate of 13%. No strikeouts of any kind. And so far, pretty good.
Shortstop, number 55, Clay Dungan.
Number 55, Clay Dungan, will be coming in. He'll be the shortstop. And here we go as we get in the first pitch of our ball game. Game 2 underway. Clay Dungan will get in a 0-1 count by Jordan Weems. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the windup and the pitch is in for a strike. And the count now 0-2. Glad to have you again with us on this Saturday night, and that is out for a strikeout.
Number 24.
And with that, let's go ahead and give the starting lineups for Game 2. Dungan, Roberts, Atzelis will be the first to lead on 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Bowden, middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castagnone will get it rounded out here for San Antonio here tonight. Ty Roberts, the center fielder, comes in. We'll take that one in for a strike. And it's the count now, 0-1. Well, clouds are starting to leave the area. Be a mostly clear evening as we get going. Skied high in the air, straight away right field, and that is out number 2.
Catcher, number 90.
Well, that'll bring up Ethan Salas, the catcher. Two outs, nobody on here in the San Antonio top of the first inning. That one is in for a strike. The count now, 0-1. Sunday afternoon baseball tomorrow, 105. Gates open 12. So make sure you get here. Get your tickets at drillersbaseball.com. It'll be the last meetup of these two ball clubs, as this is meetup number 8. Meetup 9 will be the final time of the two San Antonio and Drillers in this one. Jackson Wolf, a left-hander, will get the starting assignment. I would say no runs, hits, or errors for San Antonio. Top of the first inning concluded. 94 on the four-seam, curveball changeup, a two-seam sweeper. But that 94-mile-per-hour fastball is what could get something going. Kendall George, the center fielder, coming in as he'll go up against Jackson Wolf. Out and the way, the count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike, the count. Here is the pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. We'll give you final scores here at the end of this one. And don't forget that tomorrow is it for the two ball clubs, as we'll wrap up this series against the San Antonio Missions taking on Tulsa. Let's go ahead and give the starting lineups for the home side. George Nevin, DePaula will be the leadoff three. Hope, Earhart, Decker, middle. McLean, Young, and Lockwood Powell will round it out for the Drillers here in this doubleheader game of Game 2. Kyle Nevin coming in and is ready to go. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. So far, so good here in this one. Boy, I tell you what, Tulsa, whoa, that's like 2 police cars that are going past the ballpark right now. Guess they got a 911 call of some sort. Yeah, I guess so, John. Swing and a miss, got him. And that is out number 2.
Number 95.
Here is Josu DePaula as he comes in, is set to go, and he's going to bash that one high in the air. And that will get down for a base hit. Here comes the runner, is up to second and safely aboard. And now the Drillers are getting in scoring position. Well, that's a good thing there, John, as they lost the first game by 7-5 against San Antonio. And now they're going to get up there and try to get another one. Zafir Hope coming in now, as he'll take that one in for a strike. And it's the count now at 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Woo. Nasty as it comes in all shape and forms. Here's the 0-2. And that is a strikeout right there in the inning with that strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Top of the second inning we go. No score through 1. So we'll be right back in this one as we bring you Romeo Sanabria as he'll get things started for San Antonio for the second inning. Now set to go for the top half of the second inning for San Antonio, right now the Drillers Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria getting ready to go as we head for the second inning for San Antonio. And that is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. That one is skied high in the air, straightaway center. And the center fielder gets near the warning track and makes the play for out number one.
Right fielder, number 22.
Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in. Now set to go here in this one. Wind up and the pitch is in for the strike. The count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that is bashed high in the air, in time to straightaway center. And there is two quick outs in this one.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jace Bowen.
Jace Bowden, the designated hitter, coming in. Looking good here today as this ball game is now underway here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Don't forget our series wraps up on a Sunday afternoon at 1:05. Gates open at 12 noon. So make sure you guys come on. Get your tickets now at drillersbaseball.com. Watch these two teams compete for the final time of the year. And that is right there in for the strikeout. And that will be out number 3. Bottom half of the second, no runs, hits, or errors for San Antonio as we go bottom of 2. And it's no score through 2.5.
Designated hitter, Zach Earnhardt.
Zach Earnhardt coming in now as we lead it off here in the bottom of the second for Tulsa. Wind up and the pitch. And that one is bashed deep to left, and that is going out of here. It's gone. And Driller strike first. And it is a 1-0 ball game. A first one of the day by Zach Earnhardt. 392 foot. And so far, welcome back to our broadcasts. Well, gotta say, it's always good to be back, isn't it, John? Always for sure. Here is Cameron Decker as he hits that one high in the air, straightaway center. Roberts has view of it, and that is out number 1.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 24.
The shortstop is Sean McClain. McClain coming in is ready to go. Wind up and the pitch is in for a cold strike. And the count now 0-1. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. And 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And there it goes. High in the air, straight away. And that is gone. Sean McClain gets one. The first home run of the day. And it's 2-0 Tulsa. Wow, they are really letting them fly out of here today, John. See, if it becomes a split series between San Antonio and Tulsa, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it, Bob? I gotta say, John, it absolutely would. It's a win-win for everybody. I think this series would most evidently come to a pretty good conclusion, especially tomorrow on a Sunday afternoon. We'll see who takes that one.
That's a ball.
Taylor Young coming in as he'll take a ball down and in. It's count now 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to count now. 1 out, nobody on. 2 back-to-back home runs by 2 prospects of the Tulsa defense. And that one straight away up the left field.
Batting ninth, catcher.
As the left fielder gets in to make the play for out number 2. And that's a swing and a miss. Count now 0-1. Well, so far a pretty good one here today as we get things rocking and rolling here. And that's going to be a pitch clock violation. And waiting too long will get that going. Here's the 1-1 offering. And that is a swing and a miss. Count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. That's high fly in the air straight away in foul territory. And that is out number, well, should I say 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that he blew it right by him. And that is it. Well, 2 back-to-back home runs puts the Drillers up ahead. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. And they leave 1 on. So top of the 3rd we go. And it is Tulsa 2, San Antonio nothing. Rosemond Verdugo coming in as we lead off the 3rd. And that's going to be high in the air straight away. Up to center in time. And that is out number 1.
Left fielder, Ty Murphy.
Ty Murphy coming up now. The left fielder. Boy, so far San Antonio down just 2 runs. Trailing the Drillers here tonight. Game 2. Murphy coming in. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be bashed down, and that's getting up to the right fielder for the out. And 2 quick outs here in this half inning,
Number 94.
and to get something going. Well, that is for sure, John. It looked like it's getting pretty good and interesting as we all look at how these 2 teams are making quite a difference here in this doubleheader tonight. Yeah, that is for sure. Marcos Castañon coming in, 0-1 the count now, 2 outs, and yeah, he went around, and that is in. And count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that is right there, line drive back up the middle, and that's in through for a hit.
Now batting, shortstop.
Man, and San Antonio is already in the hit column. Man, they're doing something good. I mean, I kid you not. Clay Dungan coming in, 0-1 a strikeout. No balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at first. And that's right there, liner straight away up to right, and that's a base hit.
Now batting.
Boy,
center
getting
fielder,
something
number
going.
24.
As that'll bring in number 24. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Line out is 0-1 by the center fielder here for Roberts. And so far, a pretty good one thus far. No balls, 2 strikes to count. 2 outs, 2 on. Boy, I tell you one thing. Yeah, turn that down there, Bob. High in the air, straight away, up at right field. It is going to get out of here, gone. Ty Roberts getting a 3-run shot to straightaway right field, and it is blistered. He unpacks the bases, and that is what you call an overtake situation. Man, and that was a great baseball hit right there. It sure was. That right there was a pretty good one. Now, in now is Ethan Salas as he comes in. And that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And that one is bashed high in the air and in as it gets down through for the base hit. Here comes the runner, Salas, getting in through for the double.
Now batting.
And fans in San Antonio getting those Whataburger double meat cheeseburger coupons. Boy, pass those out if you can. And so far, a pretty good one. Romeo Sanabria coming up now. San Antonio leading this one by a 3-run homer from the last prospect. And boy, tell you one thing, he unloads the bases right there and then. If the pitch is in for a strike, the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here is the pitch. Called, 3rd strike. They got him. And that is it. But Roberts comes in and he unloads them. 3 runs on a homer. And it is now San Antonio leading this game 3-2 as we go now to the bottom of the 3rd on this Saturday night. Back for more right after this. Now set to go for the bottom of the 3rd right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Kendall George coming up now as we lead it off. 1, 2, and 3 due up, half of the order. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a ground ball straightaway up to 3rd. Flip across to 1st as Sanabria will get it. And he'll retire George with that 1 out.
3rd baseman, number 11.
That'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Kyle Nevin. Nevin coming in, ready to go. And the windup. He'll take that in for a strike, and it's the count now 0-1. Great home crowd as this crowd has seen one game come to a conclusion, now a game 2. Just glad to be back on the broadcast as we wrap up this next half of this series. Here's the 0-2. That one is foul. And the count now 0-2. San Antonio and Monday will hit the road back home as they go to San Antonio, and no great Midland there as well.
Now batting.
Rockhounds
Left
and
fielder, number
Wichita will
95.
come in. Jose Dubala coming as a left fielder, 1-for-1 double. Rockhounds and Wichita. That is right there. Ground ball straight away. That's through for the base hit. By golly, pretty cool as they get some line drives. Pretty cool ones indeed.
94.
That'll bring in Zypher Holt. That one is high fly, foul.
Nope, that's foul.
Hope is 0-for-1, a strikeout. Looking in from the stretch. And again, he'll send it foul. Here's the pitch. Called third strike. Got him. And that will conclude the half inning right here as we get ready for the fourth. San Antonio leading it 3-2.
Leading off, right fielder.
Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in is 0-for-1 as we welcome you back into the broadcast. And that is a right there looking fastball for strike one. Ryan and Gervas, two right-handers warming up in the Tulsa bullpen. And so far, pretty good. That's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. So pretty good on this evening as mostly clear skies through the evening. See a nice moon tomorrow, and don't forget it'll be pretty good tomorrow. Sunny conditions. No storms in plain view, so that's good. Yeah, not like what happened on the first year in Drillers. Yeah, I know. We've had some lightning, and San Antonio had lightning too. And we've got reports that there was some people losing their game systems, TVs. I mean, it wasn't fun when you have something going on like that. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, whoops. Yeah. What are you watching there, Bob? Oh, I was watching a game. Oh, you're watching a game. Well, turn that thing down, will you? Rosemond Verdugo coming in now. Boy, this one is going by as we get going. That one straight away center field. And that center fielder will run it down, as that will do for the half inning is over. No runs hit to Rivers and no one on for San Antonio as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Mission's up front by 3-2 as we conclude the 4.5 here tonight. Let's take a breather as Zach Earnhardt will get going here for Tulsa. A San Antonio lead of 3-2. Now set to go for the bottom of the fourth. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Zach Earnhardt, 5-6-7, due up bottom of the fourth inning for Tulsa. Leading it against Jackson Wolf from the San Antonio Missions. And that's going to be right there, straightaway short in time at first as Sanabria gets that one for the out. And there is one down.
Number 21.
Well, number 21 coming up now, Cameron Decker. Decker coming in, ready to go. And the windup and the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count now 0-1. Pretty good game here tonight as San Antonio leading here 3-2. And that's going to be right there. And there is no play, as that will be an infield base hit.
The shortstop, number 24.
Now the tying run is coming aboard at first, and here's the go-ahead run, Sean McLean. McLean coming in, and he's going to hit that one straight away up to center, and that's a base hit. Boy, and Tulsa really trying to get back in this ball game and to get something going, and losing 7-5 in game one. And that is just something else. I gotta say, John, you're not wrong about that. You know, San Antonio did pretty good in that first game of the series. And so far, pretty good on that. Once high fly in the air, straightaway center field. Moving under it is Roberts as he'll make the play. And for out number 2.
Now batting, Kevin Lockwood Powell.
That'll bring up Griffin Lockwood Powell as he comes in. Here's the pitch. And that one is crushed. Deep to left, it is gone. And he unloads them. And Tulsa now getting up front. It's now 5-3. Man, that is one way to get the crowd going. And so far, pretty good on that. That is for sure. Boy, tattooed that one right out of here. And now the Drillers up. Now 5-3, leading it 2 against San Antonio. Kendall George coming in now as he'll take a fastball in for a strike. And it's the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. And that is crushed. Deep to right field. That one is carrying. It is gone. Now make it a Kendall George home run. First one of the night is putting up top by a 6-3 lead. And so far, pretty good on this one. Man, I got to tell you, the Drillers getting back up in it here in Game 2. And it's getting pretty interesting. Yeah, it sure is. Kyle Nevin coming in. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's high fly in the air, straight away up to right field. Carpathios will get it. And that ends the inning. Oh, man, 3 runs in to score in this one, courtesy of 2 prospects getting going. Lockwood Powell and George are the 2 that heads 2 of those out of here. And 5th inning coming up at 6-3 Tulsa. Top of the 5th for San Antonio. Here is 8-hole batter, left fielder Kai Murphy. Murphy coming in will take that in for a strike, and it's the count now 0-1. Sun starting to set on this Saturday night. Don't forget our last game tomorrow for a Sunday. That is right there, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, number 94.
And that'll bring in the second baseman, Marcos Castañon. But we look first at Jordan Weems at his performance tonight. That 63% of his four-seam fastball is doing work for him. And so far, he's relied on that ever since. So pretty good if he continues to rely on that fastball. And that would give him the equivalent of being the winner of tonight on the mound. That one is a high flyer up in center field, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Clay Duncan.
Well, that'll bring up the shortstop, Clay Duncan. 1 for 2, single and a run. So, yes, we did get a little letter from Francisco Acuna. He will be out 2 to 3 months because of the ankle, even though he got injured during Game 2 of this series here in Tulsa. But most evidently, we will see him hopefully back in San Antonio. He'll be injured, but will not be able to play on for at least 2 to 3 months of that time that he's off. So right there, and that is the final out here in this home half of the 5th inning. Well, the Drillers lead it 6 to 3 as we head bottom of the 5th inning. And so far, pretty good. Left fielder is Jose De La Paula. As we get going for the bottom of the 5th. Drillers up 6-3. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Will it be a win-win for everybody if it's a split half series here tonight? San Antonio getting a win. Tulsa getting a win. It's a win-win for everybody, it looks. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that is crushed. That's deep, and that is going to get enough room, and it's gone. A home run. Josu De Paula getting one. And now make it 7-3 Drillers. Man, I tell you one thing, John. They're getting pretty good just seeing how these home runs are taking full. So Drillers up by 4. Here is I Fear Hope as we continue through this half inning. Swing and a miss. As that right there is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. 0 for 2 strikeout here tonight by I Fear Hope. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a liner straight away up to left field. Boy, Ty Murphy had to get in there and intercept that one. And that'll bring up Zach Earhart. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is a high fly in the air, straight away right field. And boy, I tell you, the right fielder comes in.
First baseman, number 21.
And here is Cameron Decker, the first baseman. Decker coming in, ready to go from the windup and the stretch, and that's going to be through. And he intercepts it right there in time, and that ends the inning. Josu De Paula gets one for Tulsa as he hits one straight away right. As we look at it, and that was a pretty line drive shot to straightaway right. Well, pretty good time here in our broadcast of our two-part games. Game 1 was San Antonio winning by a final score of 7-5. Drillers up 7-3 here in this one against San Antonio, and so far it has been a pretty good one as we get things rocking and rolling here tonight. Well, Bob, how are you liking it? Well, I think it's looking pretty good here in this one. Griff McGarry coming out now. He'll be a right-hander reliever coming in this ball game. Four-seam curveball, changeup, a slider, and a two-seam fastball as we head for the top of the sixth inning. Boy, two more innings of tonight. This game going pretty fast. I would say, John, yeah, it has been. No balls and one strike for center fielder Kai Roberts as he comes in. 1-for-2, three-run shot in the third by Roberts. And do you think he could do this again while there's still time? Well, San Antonio having 6 outs remaining, and would say that would be pretty tough to beat if he could try to get it going. And there he goes, straight away. Oh, man, forget about it. Say sayonara to that one for you. And that is the second one of the day for Kai Roberts. Man, I tell you, 400 foot, that's a pretty good home run if you're asking me. Yeah, this guy really knows how to hit. So pretty good on top of that. Boy, 110 on the exit velocity as it hit that tree branch. And now it's a 7-4 lead. Driller still holding on to a 3-run lead against San Antonio. Ethan Salas, the catcher, 1-for-2 double coming in. Looking in as the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive straight away up in right field. And that will be out number 1 as Salas is down on the flyouts. Romeo Sanabria coming in. Boy, one more night game here in Tulsa. McDaniels and Cousins, a lefty and a right-hander, getting loose in the Drillers' bullpen. And so far, pretty good on top of that. One more Sunday game here. The 9th meetup, well, I would say it'd be the 9th and final meetup of these two clubs. That one is a high fly. Straight away. It is gone. And Romeo Sanabria gets one. Man, I tell you one thing, John. It's turned out to be a pretty good one if you ask me. I gotta say, Bob, it gets pretty interesting when these prospects come to play. And they make quite a difference. Yeah, they really do. Yep. Well, Drillers still hold a 7-5 lead. So now it's a 2-run lead for the Drillers. And Braden Carpathios comes in for a strike in the count now, 0-1. 0 for 1 strikeout and a line out. So far, pretty good for this defense here tonight as these fans watching from San Antonio, you know, there's a lot watching from San Antonio. You know that, Bob? I got to say, John, absolutely right. It's got to absolutely love that. We love our fans, like I said in the previous game. All of our fans, we love them. Well, that was the strikeout by McGarry, and so far they're not going to do any more with him as they'll relieve him out of this ball game. As David Parkwood, the manager of the Tulsa Drillers, comes in and relieves his starter, or should I say the reliever. Ronan Kopp, now pitching for the Drillers, is coming in as he'll greet up Jace Bowden. Bowden coming in as he'll get something going, trying to get the final out here of this half inning. Slider is well and inside for a strike, gets the count now 0-1. The 0-1. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Well, it's getting pretty good out here, John, on a Saturday night. It is really, really good, for sure. That one is high fly in the air, straight away, up to right, and that will do it. Well, this half inning is over. Man, 2 runs come in across the score on 3 hits, no errors. And boy, tell you one thing, it's getting pretty interesting. Drillers leading at 7-5.
Number 24.
We look at Sean McLean's second inning, and boy, he really got something going. Yeah, that was up to left field on the vision cam, and gotta say, that's a pretty good one. Well, we'll be right back as we'll have a little breather here, as we'll be back for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tulsa leading at 7-5 against San Antonio. We'll be right back in this one. Bounce at the goal for the bottom of the 6th, right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Sean McLean coming in, 7-8-9, due up bottom half of the 6th inning. Also the order as well. It's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. Boy, to tell you one thing, pretty good on that one. Here's the 0-1. And that's in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. Drillers trying to hold down this lead, only a 2-run lead ahead of San Antonio. And that one's going to be a liner straight away, foul. And the count now at 0-2. Don't forget, we will go 9 innings tomorrow for Sunday. And then San Antonio heads home to take on Midland. Right there, a called third strike. And that is out number 1. Now, after tomorrow, it'll be a Monday off-road travel day. Head home and take on Midland Tuesday through Sunday of next week. And yes, it's my birthday week. Well, happy birthday to you, John. Well, don't wish me happy birthday just yet. Wait till my big day. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But happy early birthday anyway. Oh, Bob. Well, Griffin Lockwood Powell coming in as he just literally put that one out of reach by vision. And got to say, that was a 3-run homer by Griffin Lockwood Powell. 2 outs, nobody on, and that is chopped foul, and the count now 0-1. No balls, one strike, and a pitch. That is fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. 7-5 ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. Lockwood Powell to the plate. And that's going to be right there. And no play. So that'll be an infield single on a base hit.
Number 0.
Man, I tell you, getting pretty interesting for both of these teams here tonight there, John. Yeah, it sure is.
Stuck in the dirt trying to crawl back to first.
Oh, yeah, turn that down there, Bob. That will be a pitch clock violation. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is popped foul. And the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's in for the strike, and the count now 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that one is going to be lofted. That is deep high in the air, straight away up the left field. Shy of center, and that will make the play for the out. Well, Drillers have a 3 chance outs against San Antonio in the 7th inning. And it is 7-5 Drillers.
Now pitching,
Garrett McDaniels coming in as he's averaging ERA of 5.91. 12% strikeout rates. 346 over a 267.
Leading off, third
And so
baseman,
far, pretty
number
good.
31.
0 for 2 and 2 flyouts is Rosamond Verdugo as he comes in. Little bit of daylight left, and so far, gotta say, glad it's not fully dark just yet, as San Antonio having 3 outs remain. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is right there, straight away, up to the wall as it goes. And that is a base hit for Verdugo. Boy, he is coming unglued. I'll tell you what. Yeah, he is really letting that baseball get going. And so far, gotta say, pretty good. No, that is for sure. Well, Kai Murphy coming in now as he'll take a strike, and the count now 0-1. 0 for 2, line out and a ground out. Just a beautiful night here in downtown Tulsa. BCJ Field. And right there and in for a strike is the count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And right there, called third strike. And Tulsa is down to 2 outs left to win it. It will be a pretty good night if they come in and get something going. Marcos Castagnon, the second baseman, coming in as he'll take that one in for a strike. And it's the count now 0-1. 1 for 2 single by Marcos Castagnon. May 2nd. Tomorrow is Sunday, May 3rd. And so far, just a week till my 33rd birthday. Here is the 0-2. And right there, called third strike, and they got him.
Now batting, shortstop Clay Duncan.
Clay Duncan coming in, 1 for 3, single and a run. Ready to go, and the windup. And that is in for the strike. The count now 0-1. And that is in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. One more out here in this half inning, and it will be the game. And that's going to be right there, straight away, up to left. And that'll get through for a base hit. And San Antonio is not done yet, as they'll have an RBI double by Clay Dungan. And so far, that right there, getting down indeed for that homer. Gotta absolutely love it when it comes to things like this. Yeah, we've seen a lot of home. Oh, did that hit the light post? Yeah, it sure did, and it looked like Ty Roberts hit that one. Man, I gotta say, it's getting pretty interesting here. Yeah, it is. Here's the pitch, and that is in for the strike. The count now at 0-1. Boy, one more game tomorrow, as that will do for our series here in Oklahoma. Wind up and the pitch, and called third strike, and they got him. And that is the ball game. Well, that means that the Drillers will win their 19th. San Antonio 11-15 for the year. And that will pretty much do it. Wow. Well, I would say it has been a pretty good day, as it was a series split between the doubleheader. San Antonio winning 7-5, Drillers winning 7-6 in this one. So pretty good as we close off the doubleheader tonight. And still just a long way to go in these broadcasts that we are making up here tonight. But anyway, on this Saturday night, May 2nd, we thank y'all for coming in and joining us as we close this one off. So have a good night. From Drillville, the final score, Tulsa 7, San Antonio 6. Jackson Wolf is the loss. Player of the game is Josu Dybala, and Jordan Weems the winner of today. So hope y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all on a Sunday afternoon. 1:05 our first pitch. Gates open 12 noon.